Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Aka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear that. Let's go. Come on. Zoom. I want to hear the man. Hermano. Hermano. Zoom.
Right. Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Nokremre live on Today Ghana News meeting. Lawrence Afinebo. If you check your time, it's exactly 10 minutes past 6, and that's what we do here every Thursday, bringing you the show that seeks to speak the truth and nothing else. The only political show is make up for Mufancheme, and that's how it is. And today we are going to be having an interesting conversation with some people who have joined us in the studio. But before then, let me zoom in straight to some of the things we've got on the front page of the Evening Tribune. I'll take you straight to the Evening Tribune newspaper, and there's a lot going on. This is the only newspaper in Ghana here, no, the Gubiano. When you get a copy of the paper and you read that, you have everything intact in there. So, Bacho, what bad day ajibre na me fa unko pimo honum na yenchuchen komo. So, before that, let me remind you that the show is live on Twitch via satellite, on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Nina, search handle no Today Ghana News TV. Social channels are mobile may have and the Jumidi High FM 93.5. Achim Himai. The show is live on High FM, Samsung Kings Radio in Accra, Jamframa TV, Rara, Sekina Information Center, Tatale Northern Ghana, Adeliman Community Information Center, and so on. Samsung Fans TV, Flow. These are the channels that some may mobile medi Jumidi, Ebro Bibia Ubiano, and Ansentin Tanos. So we Pimo Jumidi Swa on Facebook or any other streaming platform. Make sure you like, you share, and also Wakunya Sawadi who are doing Trebeba who's read it out for the people to at least know your thoughts or your opinions on this particular issue I ever discussing. Now, in there, I'm happy to say we having TV people in the studio. One is Eliphas Ankoma, member of the NPP Communications team. Sansunayo Abraham Daze, Western Region Communications team, member of the NDC. Dr. Masuda Bungo, a regular panelist, will be joining us, chairman for the NPP Russia branch. These are the people in Mewe Mino Mobile Income. So let me zoom in straight to the Evening Tribune newspaper. Na yemfa sama samre ekopiem ewo ye front page emre. So people in the bonya dinkra unya kind pena okota we sense me ekoso Ghana na we've captured all of it in the paper. Pebina kind now also get yourself informed and abreast with the things that are ekoso Ghana. So Ghana made it special. I show speed thrilled by unforgettable Ghana experience on Africa tour. Some Ghana social media and 17 times to be we say in your bema be. What Jan and 17 times so have papa I should speak. Na some you say about Ghana no. I exciting a man papa. The tour no Ghana is unforgettable. Inyaji he on any team. Munkoso na mumu ejuma na mu project Africa, especially Ghana. That happens to be the gateway of Africa. Joint asset claims collapse. Legal record shows that the Lumbe's property were solely owned. And I just say, I'm going to preach Japadini Nano. Bed the amount. Papa, that Lumba properties, heading. Mahama seeks Jamaica's backing for his historic UN slave trade resolution. Samson about downside Niger, Ghana to build the largest bridge at Afram Plains. These are the topics and issues the front page of the Evening Tribune newspaper. Mr. Kope, get yourself abreast with whatever that is going on in Ghana. Now also be informed why. I'm sure, and then I said, let me get this short message from Ras Mubarak. Short message. It's like a quick commercial break. When I come back, we'll continue with the show. Please don't go nowhere.
Oh, say yay! The African Arts, Food, Music and Culture Festival, Armenia 2026. Society, ya pa ehun team of Francis Consuls, Eto Esa Afro Exhibitors, Ewa Ghana, any Africa, Sabe showcase creativity, Ewa global stage, so we artists, fashion designer, chef, musician, Anna Empo, cultural entrepreneur, any woman, so what the African young creativity, ever the global stage, Ewa Europe, ya boy ya pomo atuho, ya show registration I say, and it's 2% participating, and now on getting more information there, any other contact in Ewa Humachu so +374 558 508 11 and +233 542 545 815. Following our Facebook, Ope and Sembisa Ana Bibi Piata Efaye Hon. Ubetimi I email and so ewo African Culture Festival 2018 at gmail.com. African Arts, Food, Music and Culture Festival, Armenia 2026, made of way. Africa on display, culture without borders. Yeah, that was it,
Welcome to Beyond Makeup, where beauty and confidence are taken to a whole new level. Here, we pamper and take care of you like royalty. Enjoy our gentle waxing, refreshing facials, and soothing massages that melt away stress and leave your skin glowing. We also offer professional makeup services, manicures, pedicures, durable nail extensions, and perfectly sculpted ombre brows. We give you the most perfect soft lashes that highlight your natural beauty. At Beyond Makeup, every visit is more than just a service. It's an experience of care, elegance, and transformation. Locate us at Chado Last Stop or call us on 0559 933 505 or 0506 474 911. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Beyond Makeup, your journey to wellness starts here.
Right, welcome back from the commercial break. Because we are no criminal live on Today Ghana News TV. Mr. Sisi and I will join here on any of the social media platforms. Now make sure say oba reba kuna Mr. Say oye man for support, like and share button. So share na bibi obi ano unya akwenya no mfa na dwenche mana mfa ni dwumedi embum. When we sit here to serve God and mankind. Intina mpeniform no mbedi dwumedi na same omudia ombibia na mobeka nsa se de bedwendwen de ekoso Ghana ho. 90 years actually, Mr. Also, what when you say, put a voice, the count to be a will be an Mr. When you come, just make sure you relax yourself, listen, and also add your thoughts, your views, comments, and opinions. We'll be so glad to share it. Now, let me go straight to Studio B. Now, Penifa and Sir account in May and your Midi Jumano. Me introduce you on so far. No, if I made your name to us. So, Penny Abraham Daze, only a Western Region Communications team member. This is the first time joining us on Today Ghana News TV. Opening, good evening. Check your opening mic, no, nice and mic no off kakra. Yes, opening, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Charlie. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are welcome. Now, Western region is saying so far, and especially in your constituency, Emut is saying what's going on so far.
Oh, so far so good. You see, generally, Ghanaians are experiencing good governance. Good governance now is Excellency John Dramani Mahama or the Ozaban. What reflects in my head there? I region Biaran, on there to Memufun, we know you are then waji. Actually, most more wanted to pay fuel, though. Actually, most more yes, in way now, what then? And them any gen in a woman or Western region a day. Now, say ban is card of 10 constituency. Maybe I may one army constituency executive member. I'm one of now. It's card of 10 day. Why not? For the first time, for the past 24 years, this is the first time we've gotten an NDC MP, or sounds like a female MP. And she's in the person of Professor Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa and the current Deputy Minister for Health. Juma, my men, Dr. Grace always always Kado Keten constituency, Obol Adrian and Tasedo. I am there, a month for when one would there, mammy, and NDC for honor. One made the end of that, Mihama, Yanu Betty and Dauma, or Brenna Manhun, or two is Kado Keten constituency. Embassy here currently. Kojokro market or that one. Sisia on my Dr. Grace now was in do NDC Abanti. That market near Sania in 24-hour market Sisia. On Chebiara, a quana. Why are you showing ye? A shame. In Traban Quanta, a shame. At a quantama crum quano. On child by February. A year just more, or bet you must say our honum. And then Puntu Juma, I can see a whirl urban, a year health. I have a cheap compounds where I am, Mammy Dr. Grace. Or Puamoli see with Skadoketen together with the DC and they are binding in an actually Numa all cordona, more from a woman with Juma warrior, with Skadoketena. It's Skadoketen the educate. Nayamame Professor Dr. Grace, I answered down quasi. Did all Kader Uncle Bie or Sand Honora and your pedden or Tornado. Now, Urban Western Region saying him this year, the Chairman General. Olokoto Western region headache. Until Nyamebua on the first, all be Skadoketen. All be Skadoketen. Inti Urban Western region ne is Skadoketen NDC. And in Mumpuntua, why a dog, or Biare would know. aban papa and why then waban.
That's right. Mr. Abraham Dazi from Western Region, communications team member. My main co-opinion if I was mentioning crato, I won't change for me, maybe now if I do it in the chassis. Sounds me, just a doctor joining Studio B. Doc, good evening.
Evening.
Doc, Akwaba.
Union.
It's been a while. Minister will prepare for elections into why is she papa.
Afisha Panso, a cheer for so Michia or Wina. Elections.
This year happening about live now.
I think I may so. Your election, many happy returns to your elections. That's why I Yambwa Saturday na ebe elected and they were strong 5 candidates. You knew your party or government in Israel Munina. And the elections on the Saturday and then you prepare your Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia data and statistics and on a favorable candidate. Your Ken on also you see a very radical president on also and Brian Champon and Kobina a Japan and the last one Dr. Edichun. We move 5 never contest. Inti Yambo Saturday never elections no. Never yan was in dream year presidential candidate and flank and two over lead year to 2028 elections. Yeah, in terms say so that every time I campaign every time I monitor NDC in your moya no. And me said next Saturday by this time no. Na ya declare media they be make no more Dr. Mahmoud when we camp. It is a me do it here, me go to do it. Me that's all or no camp man sister. Me that's all that camp no. Dr. Mahmoud when we camp.
Thank you. Now okay. So mommy before that my main call Eliphas so Eliphas are dropping. Okay, right. Eliphas by give him the chance to also see something before the show goes on. Let me go straight to the topics I need discussing. You seem they are all interesting topics, yeah. Now, I would like to touch on the second one regarding the Pandai rerun elections. High Supreme Court, winner. So far, I've not seen the NPP talk, and I will even start from Doc on this particular matter. There's been instances where NPP has said, there's no, what do you call it? The judiciary system is not credible enough, describing the court as a kangaroo court. Doc, on this particular topic.
Mr. Person may use this opportunity as a chair, for we be more be a mature. I would say ruling na no. First ruling no eba. And a case no so case now. I'm told 152 constituency, and out of that, 111 constituency, and the government now declare, East now declare, and as 111 now East ni declare, NDC AG2, and the NPP AG2, now 41 constituency, and a problem one 41 constituencies, and a problem one, and no easy NDC candidate no the court say or the court Tamale High Court and so on question no me hojuma na or the court ensure High Court no question na say 111 na yeji atumu no ana 141 na e problem no wo twa ni na mu o hwe ni High Court ye na akwa say no no judge no na obuo judicial council ni fi me can say you a judge pa let's a case we no what me atena so are ruling we that means your problem me to ye can ho asem ye ho dede because me Lawrence to me new problem say High Court ni can say okay there were 152 polling stations. 11 in the year to 41 na ni problem no. Any yes akoya election 41 no. Like Mekata say judge no. He is fair. But Oka say yes kwasini na na tun foforo no. Abra unim say yes ana no. Yeah, appeal because you say na kangaroo court. Tamal court and resistance na kangaroo court. And the judge so know you're incompetent. To say NDC for na last year say NDC are incompetent. John Mama is incompetent. Sana na etie. But you call spring court no. Wa unim dede no and information and education and account one sem no. Emma spring court no omubo hu. And now come for person describe it. Yes, I describe a court as kangaroo court. And a nunti omujina so ne o say the right thing. High court no. Tamil High Court should have do the right thing. And this is a vindication, say. You can say High Court ruling about first, and I can say kangaroo court no. No correct. Because court will now overturn the ruling no. And yes, but that is what happened. Say na kangaroo court. That is why the Supreme Court overturned the ruling. And the other can say they have imposed and that's why my yes and your confidence in the judiciary. And no credit the ruling by in the manager, we can say yes. Because we know the judiciary are supposed to be neutral. They are supposed to go have free and fair trial. Now, the judiciary to me manipulate it. I don't know, but me too. Say judge ni GBB allegation. Say judge ni BBB or discuss more to anything almost a ruling and allegation and mean to me improve it. But near Supreme Court no, Emma me believe say a bit my no correct. And Lawrence, because a kangaroo court no, it was true, but I see any the end there.
But Doc, do you appreciate the process? Because there's been times on this particular show, you said a lot of things against the judiciary system in Ghana now. And I think aside that in Krampono, there's been instances where not you particular, but your party I can't send me any Supreme Court or the judiciary system in Ghana. The NDC said, the NDC says, power. They will make sure they change the Supreme Court judges near there, which they have done that. You thought it was politically motivated. Why then do you not rejoice in the ruling, Abba?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. You see, if you are in opposition and you are a strong opposition, you can always make a change. So we be in opposition and a kasa no, no, and nothing results by you. Let's not think say judiciary no, it have changed all around. No, NPP opposition no. Ye right. Ye kano. And then both judiciary no. No can say Charlie. Yan say yeah right now. MPP yeah. Omo fan chair. So let's do the right thing. And the pressure na the ma omo no. And omo yeah the right thing no. Then yes say be a judiciary not changing. No. Because ruling na the buy no. It's the same under this government NDC. Omo change Supreme Court. Omo change name and omo the buy no. The same thing. And due to me say na the High Court, Tamala High Court, and the judge now, my judge, he was doing the bidding of NDC. You can't take it away because ruling now Abbas is here, Yamaya who said ruling now with the Abbas is here, Yamaya who said ruling ya overturning. That means he was doing the bidding of NDC because ruling and ya 4-3, K 4-2 krana, 3-2 krana, Kamaka so okay 3-2 no. If you are it's 4-1. 84 judges and a vote here say ruling here wrong. And the one a vote say ruling here right. And until I can say yeah, and the pressure my judiciary no. And omutimi yes are ruling no. But all the same, this is just a one-time ruling. I still believe that judiciary they can do more. They can do a lot to change their image that has been damaged. Me can credit judiciary there. it has become political. It has become political, not in only in NDC time. Media say when we come to the 1982 democracy, no, the judicial system, no, political. But then, no, John Mahama openly, can say, or no, Obama NDC members, no, so Abe judges, right? He said it openly. No, yeah, either campaign and I say omu laws no mu ya dey be no can say omu ba omu so be pia NDC members so that they will go to court. Now yeah, enti onu ni statement na oye no. And oba no so odi ejuma. Oba no be yi the Supreme Court judge. The Chief Justice, sorry. Talk on every ho. And all the Bafo Bono ahun. Or the be easy. So he's walking the talk, right? And Mimi he's walking the talk.
Right, Doc. Well, why end with submission?
Say,
why end with submission?
I am minding with submission. No, it's in the Mimi can say kangaroo court na ya no. Womb say kangaroo court. And also, who him say, and yet me can a lot of Ghanaians say can. And the DC crown, you have a chimney. You have me call court. And yeah, me community, you have me call court. Judge and be so be and I say, or move for 2 weeks remand. Which kind of judge does that? 2 weeks nearby, and or my judge will be still on my front head so called court. Me see I government, and also on yes, sir. How can government tell the law court to take people over 500 people, citizens, innocent citizens, and go and be given 2 weeks prison remand? Which kind of government does it just to violate the fundamental basic human rights? It's only on the NDC, and it's in the gene. And I mean, state is a PNDC, no Musubayano, no. Usha, prevention detention. That time PNDC, AFIC, NSA, and they're the same group of people. And I say, but yeah, Musa, NPP will monitor and will make sure that the right thing is being done. And into present the judicial system, and Nuntina, backtrack ruling way because ruling way no call the class 1. I call Lawrence. Kobe say ruling way no. It is just political influence. Udumo Bia Obakacho said this is just political influence. It doesn't get closer to any law. Say ya to aba. And this Nigeria too. NPP Nigeria too say 114 constituencies no. The writing. Now why because say 41 no. And the conflict nearby. And you rerun. No senior AGA to me, NDC who does that?
Great. Great. Let me give you a brief background to those who are asking me to. So the Supreme Court has quashed the judgment of the Tamale High Court, preceded by Justice Emmanuel Bax Plange Brew, where the High Court annulled the parliamentary elections results of Pandai constituency and ordered for a rerun election. The Supreme Court has thus upheld the application filed by Honorable Mighty Nyindam on the first day of December 2025. The court upheld the argument of the learned Gray Nimakon Mafo that the election petition of the petitioner Nsala was brought in breach of the timelines for the filing of an election petition. Section 16 of the Representation of the People Law 1992 PNDC Law 284 provides for the filing of an election petition within 21 days after gazetting of the election's result. Now, I want to open Abraham and Kasa. Now, the question I want to ask Mr. Abraham is that did the NDC and Yebiana NDC no na Muni case? Did the NDC had a clear case? Oh, Pandai elections in Juana. Now, Mufili say case na more presented and it was strong enough for you guys to win the elections.
All right, so Lawrence, thank you very much. Special greetings to your viewers and your listeners. I think this is my first time on the show, and I'm beginning to like it.
Pleasure.
Just that it was quite unfortunate listening to that doctor who just spoke.
Doctor
You see,
Abongo.
It's one thing doing propaganda, and it's one thing also informing the people about the exact and the real issue at hand. Everybody in Ghana know when we say kangaroo courts, everybody will understand and appreciate that we experienced kangaroo court during the last 8 years under NPP. Every poll, every survey that was conducted, that people were losing interest and were losing confidence in our judiciary, that is the courts, was under that of the NPP 8 years, being led by His Excellency the former President Nana Addo and the now Bawumia. Now, it's obvious that one thing a standard of any NPP person is lies. You see, I find it quite difficult. Say, Doc has not even taken the time to even read the judgment by the High Court and even the judgments by the Supreme Court. He hasn't even taken the pain to read it. What is the case, Lawrence? During the just ended election, 2024 election at Pandai, then the NDC candidates filed a petition at the High Court seeking the annulment of the election, the parliamentary election. And what was the case? That 41 that he was saying said there was an irregularities with the 41. There are some 41 polling stations that there was some irregularities with it. And even the EC himself admitted so, that there was some irregularities. There was legal breaches in the polling. There was illegalities and procedural errors in the counting, and even other collations. In what the reduction? Counting. Near say, due to one or two reasons, ye collation center never free A, yeah, they could see without involving the major stakeholders involved. So at the first, looking at the procedural error and some of the legal breaches, that informed the High Court judge to annul the parliamentary election and call for rerun. This one is law. That is the merit of the case that the NDC sent to court. And it was a clear case. So we are not talking about even in election, in any serious jurisdiction. Even when there's an irregularities for even one single polling station, the stakeholder has the right to seek for a redress at the court of law, even one polling station. And when we find certain inconsistencies and some procedural errors and breaches, we can base on that one polling station and annul it, because evidence in one can be extended to the other. Now, so for law, for fairness of the law, now the NPP candidates, Matthew, also petitioned the Supreme Court to look at the judgment by the High Court. This is democracy. This is the rule of law. This is the Ghana that we have now. A Ghana that we have an independent judiciary, whereby a lower court, after ruling and there's a petition to the higher court, the case has to be heard. There have to be fairness in everything that we do. This is the Ghana that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has occasioned. So Doc should come again. And what was
right? I think say Abraham network no, but then if But then if it's a dog, we'll give dog opportunity to also, I mean, so far,
Yeah,
at
Lawrence.
least attend to some Nyamabia Abraham Ekam.
Lawrence. It seems Abraham, the issue has taken on TRC. The section 46 of our constitution mandates that EC, that the Electoral Commission, is supposed to conduct elections. 46, section 46 of our constitution, and section 49, subsection 2, the presiding officer is supposed to collate the results. And that is exactly near Oye. Anti Kwandai, now 152 constituencies. And the 152 constituencies, no, and we year elections, no, we year elections, we year, no, not 111. Omu kanye, president of kanye, NDC agent, AG2, NPP agent, AG2, and almost signing pink seat, no. But plan and now 41. And a constitution is state say, so yeah, elections are if you are conducting elections and there is an issue at the coalition center near baby, you be kaya bano, I be clear results. So confusion will hold easy no right. So best to send baby fufro no akokan. And the easy na okan no na ka 41 na nkoma kan wi. And NDC ni no dede because you could see clearly say NPP no owini. And you wear common sense. Who common sense obet me ohu. Who say no wini. And the 41 no kra no ke di ni na edema NDC candidate na a friend na pa no kra na on wini. And you did buy and you didn't buy no muntimi kan e wo ho. And I see a change coalition no. Yeah, they inform the parties. Is no ntimi kan say na omo agent na e wo he. 41 police stations, omo agent no more he. Of course, they'll inform them. Oman DH, and I say Omu DH. That is another issue. Because easy and to me ballot papers from Enko, Abraham agent. Then why do NDC more agent than more? Elections is won at the polling stations. Election does not be the election does not you can't win election at the court. You win election or court. And in 41 polling stations and no problem. Then yeah 111. And a pink sheet no NDC agents no Oma signing in adjetum say 111 no Oma jetum. And it's a 41 no problem na. Not yet the class 1 you crowd cause say oh pink sheet ni 111 NDC ni signing people Oma jetum. Aka 41 and no problem ba ho. And the issue so and I make set here no constitution of the subsection 49 subsection 2 of the EC. The presiding officer is supposed to declare the results. And that is what he did exactly. And on the court, judge, common sense, who the pink sheet in by, who say, oh, NDC agent and assign 111 pink seats, or must sign a J2, Aka 41. So, we are judge, you could say, oh, and they should go and rerun the elections on the 41. Well, yes, sir, and no question, who does that? Your constitution doesn't say that a law conduct elections. So, court does not conduct elections. EC conduct elections. Then the stating 46, section 46, and EC.
But Mumbi Abraham Mike, Mammy.
EC, yes, like I said, 49 subsection 2. The presiding officer, EC presiding officer, declare the results. Now, what sorry, also what declare no? What is canty? What can say? What question now? Who does that? And you know the court Supreme Court, you know. When you say easy could have set date second you conduct elections. So my cancel date, you know. You have for a seat. Elections, man Abraham who say elections are won at the police station, not at the court. And the kangaroo court now the court amale no. And the kangaroo judge rule out the buyer no. And a year demonstration. A casachro mo said no, ye nimra. And we know the law. The law is the law. You can change the law. And you can do propaganda with the law. And you tell the court Supreme Court and a winnie, you know. And Nuntina Matu Yendam, and that's your MP or Parliament. And you know, election, re-elections, no. Now you buy elections crowd, now you re-election. Who does that? The new NDC for.
So now, Doc, so Okasa, now what will be your position at the recent
mute anyway, no, it won't take.
check your microphone, mommy. Oh, but check my microphone.
Lawrence, no, Kevin, you know what I'm saying?
I wanted who now the position of the minority against the judiciary in recent times.
That me can say. When you say NPP, there we are strong. And we know the law. You want mema. Oh. Enti niana NDC person omu ye no omu ntimi ye ye ma omu kwan ma omu nya sa ye ma omu use omu kangaroo court na omu use AFRC PNDC time no ye ma omu nya sa enu tire ya ko e ma omu ye the right thing enti ni Supreme Court ye de ma bo ma abaso they have done the right thing and that is what we need. That is good for our democracy. Ghana be koso no.
Mr. Abraham, check your microphone, mommy. Check your microphone, mommy. It seems that you are making a point, but your voice is not coming. But you me mommy. It seems he's making a point, but the microphone is not coming. We can't. Also, he's trying to come.
So Obekasa, make a moon so your boy or your propaganda.
Oh. Now, Doc, it surprises me interestingly. Doc, when our elections are won at the polling station and not the court. But there's been several instances that back then in opposition, petition because court said you've been cheated and the court should just look at it. So I'm surprised you're also making this statement.
Yes, like I'm saying, what they call quarter, maybe you are seeking for the elections to be rerun, or you are seeking that the wrong should be done. But court cannot win the elections for you. That is what NDC wanted to do. And then America said, who said judge ruling? No, ruling say 41 police stations no problem by no can you rerun here? I don't have a problem. I would have said yes. They can go and do that and they will rerun. But the judge no say, yes, Akurana. Na NDC candidate we win Ukraina. Still, until me there, until me be MP. Wow, common sense. Until or question na NDC, they cannot use the power of the government. They cannot use our taxpayers' money to influence voters and take the seat back. That is what they wanted. Omu plan, no, that was their plan. Omu plan is say, omu kwasi resource no. Nanka NDC what 2 million. So some more power no. Say omu na share sika, so omu na share tax so. Nanka omu diska influence. Nanka NPP a lose seat no. Nanka NDC MP na ye defeat no. Nanka waba back to parliament. But they forgot that elections are won at the police stations. Yeah, 2012, yeah, they call court because there was irregularities or the pink sheets, you know, to the calculations, ni additions, you know, and then no problem was and they call court and they seeking for redress. If you no crown, they call and wow him and call fan, right? And call fan. So that even tells you that elections are won at the police stations. Until all call police station now, my Abraham connect some call police stations are more agent, you know. And when the Ninya high, no share, no elections in here, then 8 weeks or so. Omuya sana, ever born. Mamu say, Minia.
Oh, okay. Anifas, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
That's what we are discussing the Supreme Court. Ruling by. Now it seems I think in Chayabia and benefit you among you NPP nim. Ebeka Satia changes I or judicial system. I say money GD or Supreme Court in them. Even in opposition case it is a NPP. It means Supreme Court
Yo, the Dicano, Minia Lawrence, I mention Tifo, Afefo, Miss Senior Dr. Abu, good presentation, I will make it. Minia Namiti, Minia NDC, Nino. Na uti asem na okan enye nwanwa NDC for the party motimite propaganda se bitua ne ka ewo ho ye nkyerɛ mo no kore ne da enti bia nkontompo nkontompo omunim no kore no so mo nkanda ti nsɛm bi a o kan defense mechanism bi a wo play so what you say na de me ya enyina ye e ka NDC aban we enam parliament so aban bag benom ekwote yi sifo ema omokoye sa na ma wi ma o man no eka o man ya boy na me ya de ha me ni titiri ebe de be nwa se yakoto aba na polling stations be 41 a mumu NDC for mumu hu ni se anko yi enema bi akoso irregularities bi akoso honum enti mu de results ni tuma enye yi mu de akọ high court na high court judge ni wote honum enim stand order say die enema wote ho eka se 41 no wode atwa 111 police stations no mo to na correct no de papa no nyina wode 41 na atwa nyina minti wakwase results ni nyina se yenkoto abaro foforo we ye kan we hemfa enye NDC for na amoba na oma sector bia ai judiciary omosa ena omonan nyina awurawura judiciary ni semu ekoma high court judge ni ko take his decision we ya na we ko hu we wo fahin but NPP Democratic Party ni de emra di na de emra ya adwumanti high court this ruling ni ba ye hu se nya ne kwan so no nti wo se ye de ko yanim ya pi no Supreme Court and ye da the Supreme Court before no so as no hu se no kwan a high court take his decision no na mahama ene NDC for no na akohye kutupa akohye judge nim ama onan enyemani ekofa pressure we the ba pandai na video omo de pepe ya adwuma na se same way aba na Supreme Court ye be kan se enka na abamba gbe parliament na on ne NDC for I declare seat in a vacant actually electoral commission for omo ko rerun but Supreme Court no just say Ghana I'm not the patrol come again
to be fair with you we see a
that is a easy decision because say parliament ama sa ruling or parliament one man and can you see the same continue because before say easy bakers or call run na parliament day ama make sa we no parliament house that's why I declare seat no vacant oje nindam akonya na tumo hono a enye yi so that say declare of parliament na dey let ba come easy for say sa seat omo ko rerun e wo hono na ya so yatena se hu say 41 polling stations na NDC for ewo asem ho no say bi kura ye ka results ni nyina kura bom e de ka NDC for de na no manya no kura mpo na entimi overturn and as entimi cancel results na aire abano nti e den na high court ni ba tatamale judge ni ba tina ho no maka say 41 no say ho na NDC for case say ho irregularities ni ma bi akoso na anko yi enti no mo challenge ya o de no ko overturn the whole election na akoso ho no mo na you see we nyina it was orchestrated by this NDC people John Mahama and Nkofo because auto opposition kurampu na judicial service no omo ho no omo de omo ho organ of government omo de omo ho but the commentary no make ohun ni say omo mo rom nye fair judges ni Supreme Court no NPP fo ne gu nto baba be san no ampa be ye niam mebre e ba ya de ne atam ye maame CJ Chief Justice wa bone mfene ne mfen asuso ne mu obabasia Joma ama yenya no fama mi hwehwe fo mu nku no twene sene abasasa atwema mi asi wo no ama etase wo mo nkrofo de hihyehyehye but emran de emra until ruling na Supreme Court abani it was totally unlawful. Case Ben on the ball, mamma. Case Ben on the ball, mamma. Why? Case Ben pan on the ball. Minuyan a Ghana, some union full Ghana, I my Ghana in the team. Case Ben pan, I'll bet my chairman say NDC for editias are mamma. Token. A case Ben on the man. Omuni case. But Omun say, mamma no say, or a party be you, so a party be you, or Monquani, your Mahamane, you got your Mahaman in the NDC for any. And on this, I'm ya we a deep sama. What I say.
But you looking at the why are you now different? Still
if you think say High Court this a ruling we by na NPP for a year and ka only to senka still na anka decision now mo taking kebe stand kebe jina.
Then what if it
say NPP for pressure me fan say pressure na ye di nam wo so no and we say we dey yan twen aden na madoma ha man NDC for mo yesa. So what you say? Aden na mo yesa and na wo hu say ade bi wo honom na okokun ho a okun a wo hu say okun ya kokun de wankasa emfa ma wo hu ena say Supreme Court no kwa po take decision bi kura say de kwa na ka efiva kwa but omo hwese na case ne tie na omo ye nhwe enye yi the best answer omo de no kura be di asem no de papa e beto no that is it because obia layman akra ya wo na kwa nim say sa case ye case ya na was a High Court take that ruling no take that decision no no be no be sad we are too it hear me wan say nyanu anum NDC for na omani agi na omo gbose na High Court this decision we buy na omo agi atum no omani agi so what you say na mesre because we you wan na what you say this na NPP for ye ka say NDC for there ene be say no e na omo do munum ye fa patapa ne adutwa sem ne nyema ne ma fa nya de a omo su no omo ban ya no but in say going forward no in kwanya ne na e be fa so a ye be ne ma papa pa ma o ma no obi anya na so bi da tina o ma ni ye ntina se ma NDC for ntin science a woni ma bi ho ye ntina se ma o mo ye sa ne ma no
right Mr. He was trying to make a point, but unfortunately on line no man issues kaka he's back and I'll give him the platform to continue with his submission. Mr. Brown, you were saying something.
Yes, Sir Lawrence, it was quite unfortunate. Say network no, yes, and the NPP, as we know them with their lives, continue with all those lies or muguso SP, you know. Now, it still pains me, say till now, the NPP people, the one that we have, my co-host, my co-panelist, that they haven't even taken the time to even know the kind of petition that they send even to the Supreme Court. Now, the ruling for the from the High Courts and that of the ruling from the Supreme Court that we are saying that they have squashed the High Court case is two different things. Though they all border on the same election petition. Now, for the High Court case, and they say 41 now 41 good polling station now. Easy for now confirm say there was an irregularities with it. There was procedural errors. There was some legal breaches. There was some coalition breaches that the EC themselves admitted. Now, when they went for appeal at the Supreme Court, no, case nobody go Supreme Court, no, and yes, as some no move rule and the merit of the case and the High Court, no, and yet true, they didn't even touch the merit of the case at the High Court. And some more kind of Supreme Court, no, was about the jurisdictional, the jurisdiction timeliness of that of the High Court. It's not such say. Once in Ghana, Yamrano, Yamam ran it say, when they gazette a parliamentary result, you can only challenge the result at the High Court within 21 days when the election has been gazetted. Now, so that was the case from the NPP, saying that the official gazetted date of the election was on 24th December. But so 24th December, meaning anything, if you want to challenge the gazetted results, you have to file your case within the next 21 days. So anything within or above the middle of December, meaning it go contrary to the 21 days, which is our electoral law. What is the electoral law? So this was the issue. And the NDC also argued that no, the EC gave multiple gazetted results. Multiple gazetted results. And they say, and the result no gazette way or gazette one on the 24th. Or Sanso Gazette be on the 29th. And no Sanso Gazette be on the 6th of January. So we took the 6th of January from there, and then we counted the 21 working days. So at the Supreme Court, when we argue, the four of the panelists, the panel of judges were saying that, the four of them were saying that the initial, the first and famous gazetted one, which was on the 24th, that was the one they will base on it. So they are not going to base on the 6th January gazetted one, of which the NDC based on it. Meaning that the High Court does not have the jurisdiction to even look at the case. So my NPP people, it's like you haven't even taken the pain to even read the judgment yourself, even from the High Court and that of the Supreme Court. So the merit of the case was not even discussed at the Supreme Court, because as for the irregularities, it is there. As for the procedural errors, it is there. As of the breaches, it is there. So the case was about, does the High Court have the jurisdiction to look at the case? And this is how Ghana, our law is. You see, the jurisdiction, the 21 days, gives the High Court the oversight to look and rule over all electoral cases. But when the 21 days elapses, then they don't have any jurisdiction. Then it will be either the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court. So the case that it went to the Supreme Court, that was the first one that you people were jubilating about it. You people are jubilating about it. They did not even discuss the merit of the cases. They did not. They just discussed about the jurisdiction, the timeliness of filing. So you people should not be happy. Now, my concern is not even about whether NPP won or NDC won. My concern is the taxpayers' money that the EC has consistently been reckless, the unprofessionalism of the EC that still keeps on happening. That is render us the taxpayers' money to bear the cost. That is what we should look at it, because they are. You see, the EC even accepted at the court, at the Supreme Court currently that, of course, they gazetted multiple results. They gazetted multiple results. They gazetted one on the 24th. They gazetted one on the 29th. Then they gazetted one on the 6th of January. Who does that? So the merit of the case, whether the irregularities of the 41 exist or not, no, the Supreme Court did not base on that. They just look at the jurisdiction, and that is how the court work. When you get one iota that you can leverage on it and plead your case, you get it. So my NPP people, don't be happy because you have not won anything, because the irregularities and the connivement with the EC that led your MP Matthew to win. Now, when Matthew go into Parliament, maybe tomorrow or whatever, the shame on him, because all the country know that the 41 other police station was full of irregularities, was full of procedural errors, and was full of breaches. We are not disputing that fact. So when you base on the 21 days and you think you've won, you people should not be happy. You shouldn't be happy, cry. You should even be tackling the EC for such an inconsistencies and unprofessionalism and lack of skills in dealing his work, because it costs the taxpayers money. Forget the fact that we're NPP or I'm NDC, and sometimes let us speak the truth and the facts, and let's stop the lie. There was who told you that there was no case, even in an election, in every election, when one polling station, there's an irregularities for one polling station, it undermines the integrity of the entire processes. Or you don't know, or you haven't heard of that. Do you know what this thing could have caused? If not the peace that we are all enjoying in this country, and the Pandai people, the NDC people rose up, and the NPP people rose up due to the inconsistencies and non-professionalism from the EC. Do you know the chaos and the people who would have died in Pandai? So, Doc and my fellow colleague, don't be too happy about this. Your addition of one or your minus one in parliament will not cost anything. You people will not cost anything, because you have absolutely, you guys, you know that you have even nothing proper to offer us. So the addition of you being there or not being there, no, it's not even the case. But let's speak to how consistently the EC inconsistencies and unprofessionalism is undermining the integrity of Ghana electoral processes, and which is even now giving people to doubt. You see, when this case happened, it has to go to court, and it's the court that have to settle. If you think it was then your courts, those kangaroo court that you people spearheaded for the past 8 years, if you think it was to be now, NPP would have NDC would have gotten the chance to even reappeal at the Supreme Court and get you the 4-1 that you people think you are now enjoying, if not by the kind courtesy of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for resetting the court and the judicial system for them to be now independent. Now you are all clapping because now you think that you've gotten sound judgment. But that is how the law is supposed to be. If you get one stand of the law and you can argue your case and convince the judges, that is why we deliberate on fact at the court. It's not about anything. It's about you having your point and arguing on it. And the point that the NPP raised there, no, they are in their right. Though I'm not happy with the judgment, because if the EC give account of 3 multiple gazetted results, and I chose the final one to be the finalism, and I based on it to file my case. And now the judges come and tell me, so no, they are not basing on that. They are going to base on the initial gazetted result, which was on the 24th, to count the 21 days. Then I think they are being unfair. But whatever be the case, if the NDC team, the legal team, think they can review and go back to the Supreme Court and challenge the ruling, it's up to them. But I will, as I communicate.
Now, wouldn't say difficult for a Supreme Court to review its judgment?
It's not difficult. It is done. It's not difficult. If you have the legal basis to stand now, and the legal basis here is that you gazetted one on the 24th. Now you have one on the 6th of January, and I based on my 21 days to file the case on the premise of the 6th January one. Then I have all the basis to review. But in their ruling, they annul the fact that they are basing on the first gazetted. Though the EC spoke and said it gazetted multiple results, but the judges, in their own knowledge, and of which I respect them, in their own knowledge, they argue on the fact that the first gazetted one, which is on the 24th, is what they will premise on. So I have no problem with that. I have no problem. If they want to review, fine. If they won't review the NDC, that is fine. But the MPP should be happy that now we have a court system and a judicial system that is fair to all people. That does not harass people. That does not intimidate people. As Tokono and his people who were in the sleeping bed with that of the NPP people, and they were happy. Now things have changed, that justice is for all. And that is the governance of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And they should be happy for that. That now they are enjoying fair judgment. They are enjoying sound judicial system. So, Doc and Co, you people should be happy that there's resetting in the system that you guys are benefiting from, and we all can see the sacrosanct of the court. That's what we all pray for. A Ghana that the law is fair to everybody. So if there's any kangaroo court, it was their time and not this time. That there was about unanimous 7, unanimous 7, unanimous 7, unanimous 7 in every ruling. Now a ruling is in your favor, and you are happy. This is how the court system is supposed to work.
Right. Mr. Brown, would I say, do you on your own, do you appreciate the process?
Lawrence.
Yes.
Let me come in.
Who would you on the current judicial system now?
Of course. Now the current judicial system has made the NPP people, of which Dr. Abongo is now praising that they have won 4 against 1. And they are happy. And that is the judicial system that we want. A judicial system that there's a fair trial for everybody. A judicial system that there's no connivement, that there's an interference, and there's an governance connection in anyhow. This is the system that we all pray for. And there's no way they can never, Dr. Bongo and
you listen to me. You listen to me.
One single case of biasness. Look at Ken Oforiatta case.
He's talking about the EC. Right?
Look at Ken
He's talking about EC.
Case.
But he's forgetting that the EC have declared majority for them. He forget that the EC have declared John Mahama as a president. He's confused.
It's not easy.
He's confused.
Please, it's not
easy. EC has declared John Mahama as a president.
It's not easy. And you say, Ghanaian people. It's not easy, please. It's Ghanaian.
The Kwandai people to have declared Matthew.
The sovereignty of this country reside in the people
that the Kwandai people. The Kwandai people to have elected Matthew. The Kwandai people to have elected Matthew. The Kwandai people. The Kwandai people to have elected Matthew. So you see the court. You see the court cannot change. Why should you take it to the court?
Dr. Bongo, let me ask you a question. So you accepted the fact that there was 41 police stations full of irregularities. You also
I've not accepted. I've not accepted.
You
don't say I've accepted. No, I'm saying that. No. I'm saying that there was a problem in counting the 41 police.
So you understand that there was a problem, and the problem too, when we followed to the High Court, they insisted that there was procedural errors and irregularities. So if you base on that, and you same person, you also admitted that the Electoral Commission gazetted multiple results. So if they gazetted multiple results, don't you think it's a standard, it's a basis? It gives us the basis for us to seek a redress in the court of law. What have you see, you NPP, you still not learn. You keep on lying to yourself. You still don't learn, and this will always cost you, because your follower that you are following, Bawumia, has been the masterpiece of all lies, and you people have not learned from this humiliating defeat. You've not learned from this humiliating defeat. Look, the case at the Supreme Court and the High Court is quite different, because the merit that was discussed, at the High Court was not the same thing that was discussed at the Supreme Court. And I understand that's how the lawyers, they do their thing. They look for a loophole, and one single loophole, they can base on the loophole to squash all the cases. I'm not a law student, but I'm a student of law, because I read about this legal and this constitutional framework and thing. And we are pleading with you, NPP communicators. Get time and learn. And read. You see, if you have read all these things, these things wouldn't have been a challenge. Because that is how the thing is supposed to be. Lois, so and our listeners and viewers should know that the Ghanaians are now experiencing a sound judicial system. A judicial system that is not biased, that will not just go and take anything from anybody and come and say on Animus 7. The panel of 7 won't even listen to a case and they will just judge in favor of a ruling party. This is not John Mahama's governor.
But the not or quarter, they didn't understand the fact that Omar Bine was but really now create in a way. I think we would have to educate people on that.
In John Mahama's governance, the law applied to.
Right, I think Mr. Abraham, network now week, you try and come back, but then
let's give
to. Sorry, but some of the things.
Sorry, but
in the studio, of hate so. Elivas.
I mean, the studio is of hate. Elivas.
Hello.
You heard some of the things, Abraham.
What's in
your man, Abraham? What's in your man, Abraham? Bobo Sunibino. Pesema, when you have any rebuttal, we move on to the next topic.
Law.
Yeah. What's in
you heard some of the things, Abraham, Bobo. What's it about?
Oh. Abraham, Abraham, they say, or NDC for the Obi anymore. So, Obi anymore say NDC for a Nipokubia, Omode, and no credit above said the girls so about Hokono. Because Omunim and Okrenepa, but not Omakatano Krenos, now Omutu through Egu Ghana for any. Omeka send the dead na Ghana for Akase, oh. Ampire DC for the was in your mudi. Now say, okay, and some of you can any a choir and Kaomo Faso. I choose Afa High Court or so. I choose NPP for Aje Panda ICT. Now NPP for the Supreme Court, and now Supreme Court who said that the choir NDC for a person. And it's quite unfortunate, so make it clear we say NPP for reading the name. One or can you pay and say out here then who he has also because he case I'm what they call ye ask my general so high court anti as you know the same in seminar here no ye general so ye appeal Supreme Court they ruling na there am I nti ye de Nyankopon ye da na ase na we nyina Ghana for hwe we nyina Ghana for the ehwe enim say Emrepemuno Ghana for the bibu attention Ghana for be party in the Pabaya NDC for ye. Say on my NDC for that woman. Now almost some more can the almost G2 now almost 2 minima. It's unfortunate. He was talking about humiliation defeat the NPP for the year. You shouldn't forget, say, what is this thing? Ira John Mahama defeat and Kuga you know. In the political history of Ghana since 92, they didn't see that. But onyema hwegu an mpanifo hu se ne o sa hyehyɛ no ba omo kɔ akiri ekɔhyehyɛ omo nyema yi ebetwa antro kyerɛ Ghana fo ɛna Ghana fo enti Ewura Mahama kora kan sɛ eduru political campaign season ya utwa antro akra na watwa aka no kora kakra na watwa antro nti ntro na omo de omo twa kyerɛ Ghana fo na Ghana fo si dadi NPP fo bema be ba me ni nyina mo nkɔ aka nyansa the second coming we dey Enyina dinyame na ebem you know even you and the dog can the MPP the ni man say ye di nkunim ena komuti nsan so ya ma ho kwan ya fa emra kwan so senka ye NDC fo anka di ni say come the emra be hye omo nsa ama basa si o man ni because omo de omo ade di twa omo furuma ye de wo NDC amanyakuo no obi biara wotie no ni NDC fo ni say NDC fo de atitwa asem ne menti ase ni sa na man but NPP Democratic Party ye de amra ena ye bibia nti no mini ameda ase wo honum me de besi wo honum
that's it. We could you black king or say Ken. Okay. We should be Beatrice and say we thank God for the NPP. Good luck. I think it is for your upcoming elections. God richly bless you all. for the good work. Thank you so much, Beatrice. Okasa Free USA. Samson, I would like to go on the Twitch platform and see some of the comments. But so far we have a couple of them. This is from NDC Diaspora Union. Says good watching from Amsterdam. I'm sure you person can say good evening. Say good watching from Amsterdam, Holland. The MPP is only but on your that was it. The MPP is only going to elect another opposition leader. They should forget about the presidency. Okay. We from NDC Diaspora Union. Asempa Heneboachi says, good evening. Ghana is a peaceful party. We call on the NPP to remain focused to elect its leader. Watching from Achim Hemai in this region. Thank you so much, Asempa Hene. And then there's another hot topic, so I wouldn't spend much time on the messages for now. I'll go back and come back again. So greetings from Tatali, Northern Ghana. NPP is only wasting their resources. The NDC government is doing well and Ghanaians are very happy. Let me move on straight to the next topic that has got to do with the NPP elections. I'm sure, say, Abraham, Eshemedo, or because it looks like currently the NDC is in a comfortable lead. Being at the background, looking at and then of course within the NPP party, and they are laughing. I would like to start this particular topic with Mr. Abraham. And the NPP elections now, how are they? And how is the opposition, the government, or let's say the NDC, is enjoying the view? And what are they expecting to see within the NPP?
All right, Lawrence. Let me start from this. You see, the comfortable lead you said NDC we are having is not about the disunity from the NPP side. Our comfortable lead that we have is the goodwill that we have with Ghanaians. And the goodwill that we have in Ghanaians also is a result of the good governance His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his team and the NDC as a whole is giving to Ghanaians. You see, looking at where we used to be, where we were, the pitch that we were into, that by God's grace and the kind courtesy and the good leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that we've turned the country into this path. We all know where inflation went to. We all knew how prices were skyrocketing. We all knew how we bought the fuel. We all knew the exchange rate, the cedi's depreciation. We all knew it. And we Ghanaians can testify that now things are far better than it were before. And every institution in Ghana is now working for the good of Ghana people. So this is the comfortable leader we are having, is the good governance, the respect, and the tolerance that we have. That's why we have this comfortable lead. That is how everybody is now, even bicycle. Those with bicycle, they are going to the filling station to even buy petrol. Bicycle, how do they need fuel? But due to good governance, they are buying fuel. I don't know what they are using it for. You see, now, for our colleagues from the other hands, the MP people, you see, we don't wish them bad though. Me personally, I don't wish them bad because in the Constitution of Ghana, we are practicing what we call the multi-party system. We don't want a situation whereby it will be only one party that will be enjoying everything. No, they have to be a strong opposition to scrutinize, to criticize the government so that the government will be on its toe. And that is what we wish the NPP will become. But the situation is that the NPP themselves, they are bedeviling themselves. Because time alanche matienia e won pia na lenchamatende ahomte edi free party no. You see, and they've not learned. That's the whole thing. NPP as a party, they don't learn. Even they don't learn from their own history. You see, if you recall, when NPP boycotted, is it the 92 or the 96 election? I think 96 election or 92 election, when they boycotted it, because then Adubuahin didn't win, and the former president Rollins won, and they boycotted it because they were saying, they came with a strong argument that if we vote first for the presidential candidate and later come and vote for the parliamentary candidate, there will be some influence. So they were the people who even argue that for the 96 election, then they have to elect the both presidential and the parliamentary at the same day, so that the influence and the buy-in will be curtailed. And these people, they don't even learn from their own history. Now look at what they are. If there's a problem in your party and you want to solve it, the best solution is to start something from top to down. Going to elect your presidential candidate first before you come and elect your branch. But that is up to them. But the main cases, if NPP, the executive or the NPP won't come together and come and support only one single candidate because they think it is that candidate that they can leverage upon it and get whatever that they want to get, which is Bawumia. And they should know all the 5 contenders. Respect to every one of them. Respect to every single of the 5 contenders. Now, any of the 5 contenders, even me myself, as constituency executive member at Iskado Keten and regional communication team member for NDC at Western Region, I can compete with all the 5 of them due to the goodwill of the NDC.
Hey.
I'm telling you, no.
Hey,
the 5 of them. Kennedy Japan. Remember, Kennedy Japan. Bawumia, Educhum. Why be the uncle Brian, the uncle Tony in state a yan city or the uncle Tony in yan city. And the last one of which I forgot the name in Japan. Now, these 5 people, I'm telling you that the goodwill of NDC, even me, as a constituency executive and a communicator, with the goodwill and the good works of the NDC, I can contest these 5 them, all of them put together, and I will still win. Because Ghanaians, Ghana and we know the suffering that these people put us in. Yakai. So I'm saying Asante Kai. Ampa Asante Kai. Yakai and we here or break in Kwasom. NPP are buying. You see, all those people fighting, they are same people who rule us for the past 8 years. And they are the same people who send us to the friends a bank the haircut. They are the same people who made our parents and our grandparents to die. The same people. What are they coming to do? But we pray that regardless, this internal election that they are going to do, though if any of them emerge as a winner, they are no match for any of the NDC contenders, whosoever become NDC flag bearer. None of them is a threat to anybody.
Thank you.
So Lawrence, they should know that they have to make things to be transparent and fair, so that at the end of the day, none of the contenders will say that they will leave the party. Because if they leave the party, NDC, NPP, Begu, NPP go, yeah, strong oppositioner. Or to me, I criticize here because NPP, they are good opposition people because they can criticize the government and put the government in tow. So we need them to be unified so that they can stay on opposition for a very long time, like 42 years, so that they will keep on being strong opposition. Have you seen the recent polls, the polls and the service? You know there have been 4 polls, and the polls, and there have been 4 of them. 2 is for Kennedy Japan, and 2 is for Bawumia. If you remember the Sanity African poll, the Sanity African poll was saying that Ken was leading by 52%. Ken was leading by 52%, and Bawumia is being leading by 40%. When you go to Dr. Evans, Dr. Evans also survey or poll. Ken is also leading with 52.6. 52.6, and Bawumia is just having around 36. It was only Global Info that was saying that Bawumia was leading by 57, and Ken is also around 28. And one sample pool also was saying that Bawumia was having 42, and Ken was having 34, and undecided was 17. Regardless, this coming Saturday, whoever emerges as their flag bearer, we pray that they can unify themselves and continue to be strong opposition for Ghana, because that's what they can do best. And that's what Ghanaians want them to be. We don't want them to be so much division so that there won't be any NPP. We want the NPP to be there. We want Afenyo Marking to continue. We want Afenyo Marking to continue to rant, because we like ranting. It is so that he can continue talking, ranting. But they should be careful and should not underestimate Kennedy Japan. That last year, what they did to him, and they almost bought nipa bakweni, almost yeah those things no. Mama almost nyamwa say almost bad because Ken will give them a showdown. As for Bawumia to conclude with, as for Bawumia, if Bawumia managed to send tax, whoever managed to send tax, they should know that the law will deal with them. It's not because it's an internal election. When they harm one Ghanaian, NPP, they are Ghanaian. Even if they harm one person, the police will come after them. So they should make sure that there's free and fair, transparent election coming Saturday, so that there will be NPP after the election, and they will continue to stay in opposition for 42 years.
But I say, it seems like you are a Ken fan. But let me move on to
no. I'm not a Ken fan. I'm not a Ken fan. I'm not a Ken fan.
What is a Ken fan? Let me call Dr. Bungo and I'm going submission on the upcoming elections within the NPP. Flag bearership, no one ever. Doc, there is already made the stance no Bawumia camp. Meaning Eliphas, the bad Doc, they have the platform now.
Answer na melkono. Answer na melkono mami nyere bata we. Onu se NDC for no ya ba disua omu nka ho bi. Ni obesi cool no. Joma JJ Rollins on post school bi a tumoto no wie. Ye ka omu sua de a NPP. O hwa ya history a Danko Buzia NPP. Enti onu nso opa so hu politics na ohu ade a onu so nyiru no sua ade. Onu ankasa why confused. Or say isinu omu file omu gazette ade no first 24th 28th. So why in your common sense also can idea what they gazetted the first gazetted is what you're supposed to
it seems dog in a challenge kakao name. Mami moving call Eliphas. So na Eliphas they so far declare the stance. Eliphas. Nyamia aduma mu election. Asa. Una wa party.
Minia wadaruma ana network ni ana twetwe si tia na emu na o sabra bi na anti do kari.
You say I say ground. Okay. Na munu dia koso. So far who is the flag.
Yo Minia Lawrence ma me na wase ene wase misari ade ama American inspected the view straight to Minia Abraham. NDC for pa de I say mo go for be pa da ba be se oba we so a obo se wo man na omunu nu omho no omwo se sere I say mo ye na enya ya de ye ko ne ye ko wo chefa be ne wo ba wo be ka se NDC as wo betu yefo say and ye because Bible cross mo hwehwe omani ye di na so omani di ya na mo simu di eti ne say NPP ye ba ban mu ne de ne mapa be gu akwan mu ye hye ye pa and NDC fo aba na omo sa ho nkwan no eye say ye ko okon bi say na ye nuanom NDC fo ebedi akire because de bia ye set pace na omo follow omo de da omo ni mu twen omo na no fifi kweti ko to bomb ba ko tun mu na emu wosu kikikiki afi de ba bia akoda din no ye twen omo oye reference to 2023 primaries ya call ye NPP call ye oye reference but ni refi ekwan a NDC fo ne John Mahama de kwabrado fo miami kromu kwabrado fo finance minister Kumo de hye kwabrado fo ekwan a NDC fo de fa so a ma o withdraw if you race ni reason what the buy oye press confident ya ojaye ekwan a irregularities ene niam NDC for the fan to the sense that time come de omo papers echo various constituencies police stations na kwabrado for the team kura anya enim ho hwe na onim kwabrado for ho kwabrado financial of NDC na mo de ne fa akwan awie so eto o mwani ase bibi de da mwani ase NDC for the battle body aso mwani akatakata muntimi enwa na mwani so ada ho na mo hu ade es mutimi hu efa moti kwa ba ka NPP for asem asem minua ma memfa kwanya san san che delegates etu ahene ne asi ahene for ayo NPP amanyokum sabe di o me delegates that be kind because senye abato mo koto di anka o me polling station executives and say constituency executives and regional executives ne ade patrons ne ade yen che obi bia na yen kan se tedi nyina yi mu no NPP a Democratic Party so enti yeni se even ye ka even abusuya ye ko traditional we ne ye ko abusuya ifie kura mpo na akonwa akura tokwa ase ye pre enuafo mi no wo na obi adi matimi na medi wachi but akonwa akura to amenu mi nya yetimi pre ho so ja se enti sa de we na NPP for ye na ade a omo de share ye democracy ye ka bi ma menka bi amamu no omo de share mu kena ama ayefe na sa ekwan we also na ye fa edi ye mpanimfo ne ade sene NDC for omo de ba mo se John Mahama na omo de omo pe na omo chi se akwabrando fo ne kwado bu nsuru mo se gu omo achi etwa omo achi imprima mia me wofa kwabrando fo me boss no Kumo de hye papa ya nya ahokeka wa NDC party mbesi ne bi mu no NPP ntesa na nyango pop pan nyame pa ade home da di enimi ya Saturday di enimi ya NPP for etu ahene ne asi ahene fo nyina ekwa batro so akoyi ye Frank Atuni obi obedi party nanim na ifie ba akwa NDC fo abedi akonwa so ne maboni a omo ye oman enyim ade papa bia ne won ma ye Ghana man mu NPP obi a NPP no ebe so na sene na eri na sa akọ ka kire Ghana fo se sa nipa we ene ni so de hu we ene ne waye bi pan ni we ni waye nti no yesere mo se mo safa tumi ni na Ghana fo ebedi atum no tumi na sama NPP te ye hwa emema animonyamfo enum o magina nyina menua Lawrence omu nyina se fata menye so se NDC ni bia ni hon ma okoyi na obetima ma che omu bia omu de NPP fo be yi na ba bia no omu nyina no ebisini bi nipa no mu no ebisini bi nanso mpo no de obawe o sa primacy NPP homeda Saturday we ye kodum de obawe mpo no woni NDC ni kogina obebiti no because NDC for hom bibia ni we papa omu se wo man no omu nya ni suade hunu omu ni vision bia amfa ma wo man no eti ye mu bi ne de ye me tese o ka kire doctor abongo se oro de wo hu bia wo na em se me na wo hu bia me wo ai erokre Ira Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye mu bi no de ye hu ni se ono ni nipa a we a wo se de ne ko ono na ye hu ni se ye di kan aton na magana fo nyina hu no na obeye omampani abedi akire no nso ene ma papa bi odigu akwan mu bebre nso ye ne bi aboa oman no a ene ne nyina NDC fo mpu eje eho samba edi sa papa ne ni suade hu ene ne experience nimdie ene sebe na ho brase a ekuta no yesre etu ahene na si ahene fo ni nyina se omoma ye nyina yensan enfa ne nko biem yensan fa Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia enko biem na minim se eye den ya nso a nyame pa Saturday Onyankopɔn de ahenkyɛ no ɛbɛhyɛ no yɛkɔyɛ abato no yɛkɔ confirmation because aba no deɛ dodoɔ naa no sɛ ɔno na yɛkɔtɔ ma no nti yɛkɔ confirm ne kɛkɛ yɛkɔ confirm no eti all is set and done minim sɛ biribiara ɛbɛyɛ asomdwie sɛnea NDC foɔ ɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ ɛde ma bɔ ne yɛsi na NPP ɔmo anya yɛ no ɛnsi da Nyankopɔn nti ade bi aba apɛde wɔ mu but at the end of the day no NPP de bɛdi nkunim NPP de bɛdi nipa bi obeyi ni bia yɛ nyinaa no yɛbɛta n'akyi na menim sɛ ɛto ahene ne asi ahenefoɔ no nso ɛbɛhunu nimdeɛ anisuade hunu ɛne ahobraseɛ nyansa adwen kɛseɛ a ɛda yɛwura Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia na yɛde no adi party n'anim yɛato aba na ma boom paa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnuanom ne papa no a aka no biara wɛwu sɛ o sɛdeɛ delegates dodoɔ naa no ato ama papa yi deɛ meaning sɛ ɔno ara na dodoɔ naa pɛ no na yɛnyinaa de akoma paataa n'akyi because they say the NDC for the yama giving them time for the omo enjoy mo honeymoon and ma born ya betna so omo ye o man ni mu no they say the concentration e bibia wo your primaries no so ye ma omo time na they shouldn't forget say Sami Jamfi asem ni ywie e be besa aba so ye besa aba so minua Abraham kasa bebre na bicycle fo nyina de ekoto petrugu bike ni ekoto petrogum you mbeto agum muntomum na se mutogum wi a na me kofoka me na adwo ahene wa kofoka na se ka lorry fare yentimenti lorry fare so na o ka kire bi se ya tete petrol na bicycle fo nyina ya to petrol egu on bicycle na me nua Abraham de no tere na o ka mamua why mamu na wo de ye to ya bana wi ye nya to wi a ana dunia
na adena munyina
oh obi anya ebone ohun se ayi mama fi busa wo eye den na kwabnado fo mutwa kwabnado fo damage mo bo ne mafia come and join online to see
no
me ko yo ba
una who proving so that for you
hey oh oh I NDC for say ya control for no kure propaganda
somebody make I nana eko ka say no oni into okofa ba
Lawrence
okay Dr. Bogo make
kasa NOB frère kasa NOB frère et Lawrence also money control na me kasa NOB frère obi frère first one me kasa sa NOB frère enti Lawrence ni na me pa kan say minua no o kan say NDC abajo mama ba nansu aban no mbu ni yie yeti ha no si fuel Lawrence na light bill unu say two light bill by almost 29%. Unu say water bill ya 2 by 29%. Unu say sachet water NPP water power na cheaper say so akosro. Unu say ya ton gold
50% under NPP.
O say
just just a starship,
we
50%.
we unim
Eh,
na two cities 50 pesos. Say some 24 cities. So what water bill mu, what nsuo mu. And water is life. And water is made by both water and electricity. Sani mo we so na John Mahama etum. Say see no so other services no so also the ma Ghana card. What tutum. Aden Ghana for boni be no my dollar so na akọ for me. Ka dollar ko for ma o say ni mo boy den akọ for. Na ban 8 meet no ho increase. Ube register u business. Ye bi say bi young boy ejuma ni ho. Ube register business wo tum wo increase ni nyina. Aban be no obusa no. Ado person o kun Ghanaians ana. Water is life. Light is life. What you need mu? Aden boni be na Ghana for ayemo. Muton go so maboka and a gold board. Oma seti task force. Oma Chinese for her. Ako phone so ako didi omu gold. Biso omu gold board no se mi je fi gold no he. Be accountable. He's a potential prisoner. Ye betu tum. Ude ye elect a presidential candidate we are. No betin sam. Ubeti bad governance and NDT. Edi Bregana for. Now Lawrence, ye can unity NPP a unity, right? Ye can division a NDC. Unim the founder of NDC. JJ Ross na ye founder. Unim ne yere. Na no kono da Jima Rollins. Unim se ne yere Objani free NDC. Nimpobo kura wanjai kura. Kopim so owu ye. No ni NDC nkabio. This is the founder. That is NDC for you. Omuye wudi for NDC party no me hu young guy NDC party tia. Minister on kind of history of NDC. Kind of history of NDC. Obe who said this is the party that was founded based on the blood of Ghanaians. This is the founder of FRC. Awoku journals. Kotoka, Afrifa, Achampon. This is the man who killed Ghanaians. This is the man Aobumba, Nipa Bebre Eirahe. This is the NDC. And you know division na and more NDC na division. NPP de ye pe ho asem ye de ye to Ghana. Enuntina de bia NPP ye ba power. We bring a policy that will benefit Ghanaians, right? Ye the national insurance by Ghanaians all benefited. Ye the free exchange by Ghanaians all benefited. NDC event almost 24-hour economy. Lord is what is so be implemented 24-hour economy no. There be yeah, almost in Kuko Kitty. What is saying Kuton Kitty no one implement no. There be Nazamity say Asante region ma lanchibi. And on the balance in the contract. Madam for be woman 200. Or see 1 week, not 150, aka 50. Nkuko Kitty no. Only NDC. Ombe DC kana and basa. And in the history of Ghana, Ebia Abraham, Ebia politics no on Kai 1982 in the history of Ghana 1982 now you contested for MP but Rollins be free so no you be G to me if you name the history of MPP energy to me no so ye chichi NDC for omati Ghana sika omo wia Victor Solo mimu ye chi omu tu because omo wia Ghana across financial loss to the state NDC for etam no and I could for free so no and at time is ni John Mahama bae. At time is ni John Mahama bae. Almost by no more we Ghana sika die. Ba for bonnet. Or prison. At two force could not sanit trials. And a job no mean sanit trial. They wanted to even refund the money back to the state. These are criminals. These are criminals. John Mama Kazanga Sabugo Pelo Chinitumu. These are criminals. It's time say Ghanaians. Ye catch on Momu. NPP. Ye ba power. Utmi yini pa baku. Debi America appointee baku. Mi challenge NDC. Say ye ba power no. We sika. Ema ni Chinitumu. But me met me abo NDC nipa 10. I know me former minister. I say former appointee. So umba movie sika didi ye. But Masama ko bi ato ho no no. And I say mismanagement amu ye no. Yeah, elections new year, yeah, baba. But my member elections no so. Lawrence, when you say NPP, you can't democracy, you need democracy by 1992. Bush by no, and the Supreme Military Council. It was the Supreme Military Council. Wow, no number 2 no. That is 79. No, Yes, 79. No, 79. I said, and a Lawrence by a Rollins, and a two. No, as other African Kotoka, two buzia, and a coy, and we buy it was an a champion, on the two buzia, and a Rollins, ever two a champion, right? And no year elections, and a Liman by no sign ever year coup a two. No, and to overshot NDC, Omo Foundation, a coup d'etat, and that's overthrow of government. But we share NPP, yeah, history of democracy. And yet, Buzia, UGCC, Dankwamo, yeah, you know, never Buzia elections. Now, about 1982, and five.
I think Doc is having issues with the network, but let me take this opportunity. If I read some of the messages are so far, but I've got some few minutes to go. I've got 7 minutes. Now, I'm far away. I mean, kind messages are so far no, but cancel Facebook and other streaming platforms. We, if free. Nyame Obio says, good evening, watching from Nkwanta. At times, I wonder where the NPP guys get their lies from. Watching from Nkwanta in the OT region. With Nyame Obio or Eba. We so Frema it says the NPP should give us a break. Their party is not even attractive in their stronghold. Watching from Manteneaho. Thank you so much. The NDC grassroots Ghana says the NPP shouldn't be happy about the 4-1 ruling. We can go for a review and win the seat. NDC grassroots and Kasaro. It says, nice one, bro. NPP, Egu. Another one coming from NDC grassroots. They say, nice one, bro. NPP. Nyami Obi says, good evening, watching from, okay. I think Makai way from, okay. So, Wilfrey Peter Haslam says, greetings, watching from London. Thank you so much. As I'm buying I think my kind of message in the Review says Ghana is in the good hands of President Mahama and the NDC, watching from his home in the eastern region. From Pombefi says Dr. Bongo was quiet when Akufo-Addo was parking there. The message no any too clear. I think he missed some words out. Parking there, something with the NPP. Fantastic. Good evening, watching from Akusene Somenya. Frema says the NPP should give us a break. I think I've read this message. Okay. Mamimbo room or Twitch na me share say more other messages so far. We see greetings from Freiburg, Germany to Lawrence. Great show. If you come here, on comrade, this is Germany. Exactly 56 minutes past 7. Now at 8, I'll be ending the show. But before then, make I say the African Arts Food and Exhibition Festival no baso Mr. Baby will be ano tinkabo we pa na fashe utim mame baso nyame aduma agest ya yebesi mu Ghana ni bibia wo hwe bibia wo product bia eye African local Ghanaian Ghana ha de festival kese bi pa baso Armenia na mesel se wo whatever thing you've got that has got the touch of African in it. Bibia will be an war. I mean, anything local. So, I guess that you be see me. I'm here to my guest away in so for him a coach Armenia festival kese baso now so showcase on your media will be an go and show it to the world. Na Jumedi Yabong de Rabba add so right after the program no na winya all the information is all seeking in now so a part of it. And then show no Abraham Daze, Western Region Communication Team member, joining all the way from Takrady, Iskadu Keten constituency. Sounds na in your Eliphas, joining Eliphas and Koma, NPP member, Communications Team, Dr. Masuda Bongo, and so joining also NPP. Now it's been interesting having you guys around. Said it every Thursday via Shimu. That will discuss about issues concerning Ghana. It's rather unfortunate. Depending for no more drop. Medo be asked. Depending for more, edgy bread near be issue. Na medo be asked. Wow, we tie baby will be at the messages to buy so. Very will be asked. Yami admire the same. Best say Asia. Na Asia say doing Ghana. The year be 2 years. Be kind of crash a man for. Me penny boss set adi. Na when me director producer we share chinchim if you did not be apostle. And I think I said, come out. I mean, I'm watching a time with Francis Ebaso live on this channel. Please don't miss out. Media. My message in that short. We also follow keenly with the upcoming elections. Thursday will bring you all the results and whatever that transpired. So just stick and stay with us. My name is Lawrence Apini Eboa. I respond to this name if you call me. It's been the Crime Live on Today Ghana News TV. For now, dear, I'm out. See you next week, Thursday. It's a pleasure with you. Bye.
Oh, say yay! The African Arts, Food, Music and Culture Festival, Armenia 2026. Society, ya pa ehun team of Francis Consults, Eto Esa Afro as Bitesa, and Ghana, any Africa, Sabe showcase creativity, and global stage. So we artists, fashion designer, chef, musician, and empo, cultural entrepreneur, and woman. So what the African young creativity ever the global stage ever Europe. Ya boy ya pomo atuho. Ya show registration I say. And it's 2% participating. And now on getting more information there. And you contact in ewa humachu so +374 558 508 11 and +233 542 545 815. Following our Facebook, Ope and Sembisa Ana Bibi Piata Efaye Hon. Ubetimi I email and so ewo African Cultural Festival 2018 at gmail.com. African Arts, Food, Music and Culture Festival, Armenia 2026, made of way. Africa on display, culture without borders. Yeah, that was it, baby.